One day, as I stood at the edge of the roof of our house in our small rural Mexican town, I heard my inner voice say, "Do it, jump." I was only 8 years old, and my dream was to fly like a bird. Yes, I was a little loco, a muchacho loco, a crazy boy. As I raised my cardboard wings, I heard my mom scream, "Antonio, get down from there!" But it was too late. Before I could even flap my wings, I plummeted towards the ground. My mom came running, yelling in desperation, "Mijo, mijo, estás bien, are you okay?" When she noticed that I had no injuries, because I had landed safely in a pile of hay, she gave me a couple of spanks. "Muchacho loco, never do that again." But then she gave me a big hug. I said to her, "Mommy, I need a taller building." Mr. Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, most honored guests, and anyone out there with a passionate dream, we all can find our wings to go beyond our dreams. Thus, let us dream. My parents had a dream. They had gone to school only up to the 3rd grade, but they worked very hard to give their children a better education. After I finished the 6th grade, my parents sacrificed even more and sent me to a boarding school in Laredo, Texas. Being about 600 miles away from home was not easy. During the first days, I could still feel my mother's tears on my cheek as she embraced me and gave me a farewell kiss. Those feelings made me commit to my parents' dream. My next challenge was learning to speak English. And I did. How well did I do? I'll let you be the judge. After I finished high school, my parents sacrificed again and put me through an engineering college in Monterrey, Mexico. The day of my graduation ceremony, my parents and siblings joined me to celebrate with a big fiesta. We enjoyed my mom's delicious tamales and chile rellenos. I can still smell them and taste them. My parents were very happy, elated. Their greatest dream had come true. Through their hard work, they found their wings to go beyond their dreams. Years later, I too had a dream. I decided to bring my wife and 3 children to live in the United States. But when I applied for a U.S. residence visa while living in Mexico, it was denied. And so it went, apply denied for 5 years. One day, I received a letter, another one. Fearing yet another denial, I gave it to my wife, and she started reading. "Dear Mr. Valles, please stop bothering us. We do not want to hear from you ever again." My wife looked at me and started laughing. But then she really read it. "Dear Mr. Valles, your application has been approved. Blah, 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 blah." I picked up my wife and swung her around. I then picked up my children and sang and danced with them. Ay, 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 ay. I felt like flying. I had found my wings to go beyond my dreams. We came to the United States We became U.S. citizens, and our journey continued. Do not misunderstand. Our journey has not been easy. There have been times when I have been tempted to give up on my dreams. But then, I remember being that muchacho loco, extending my cardboard wings to fly like a bird. I remember seeing my parents working very diligently and never giving up. And I dream of the future, where I can see and hear my grandchildren say, my grandpa never gave up. These are powerful images that give me the passion, the inspiration to never give up on my dreams. What about you? Are you giving up on some of your dreams? Before you do, think about your legacy. Think about those who look up to you, those whom you want to inspire with your passion and commitment to your dreams. And even if you try and fail, again and again, do not give up. Eventually, your dreams will come true, and you can even go beyond those dreams. But first, you must find your wings. Find your wings.
I think that's better than the contest one.
What?
Powerfully said, powerfully said.
Yes.
Well, since we're on this side, Hallie, go ahead and give us what you really think.
Well, I love it. The message he gives is one that we all need to hear. And it's fabulous. He delivers it beautiful. I love the 8-year-old boy on the roof that flies, wants a bigger building. My only suggestion would be don't put a lavalier on your jacket, because your jacket goes like this, and have it put on your shirt. Did you notice how his jacket
Yeah,
went
because
way
we
out?
talked about that
Yeah.
prior to that it would
Yeah,
be
so.
going back and forth. Okay, Mary.
I love the speech, and I think it's like way better than the first time I heard it. The only concern that I have is sometimes when you bend your knees, you get your head down a little bit, that maybe you'll not project as much. In this room, it wasn't a problem so much, but maybe keep your head up.
Yeah.
Other than that, I thought it was great.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, Hallie.
Great speech, I loved it. This is the third time I heard it. The intro was really very much improved. I have no more comments. Well done.
Okay,
You can go
We
first,
have a
Eddie.
runner.
right. Next is
Oh.
Michelle.
Wow. Just wow. You're at 6 minutes and 41 seconds
6
for this
minutes?
speech. 6 minutes and 41
That's
seconds.
because you didn't laugh. That's much.
I was just jaw dropped.
She did that.
But the thing is, like, you have a little bit of time. One thing that I would recommend is I love the scene where you're picking up your wife and children and just celebrating. That's just great. If you could maybe describe like the room a little bit more so we can get in within the room and we can totally see this 100% happening, that would be great. That's where I would like add like a little bit more, because everything is just very vivid, but I would just add a little bit more description there, maybe 1 or 2 sentences. And I think, I'm an elementary school music teacher, I think my kids would love to hear that. Like, little kids would be very inspired to do that. I'm going to talk to my principal about getting you to speak at my school, because they were just, my kids, they don't like a lot of things, but I think they like this.
Okay, good. Thank you.
I'm going to definitely.
Okay, go ahead, Eddie.
I agree with all the positives that have been mentioned. I really like the way that you use Spanglish appropriately throughout the speech,
Yes.
especially as the international contestant speech. It's appropriate for the entire world. The last line about learning English was perfect. Your imitation of your wife's voice was perfect. The only thing I would say for opportunity for improvement was I didn't quite get at the beginning that you had the cardboard arms when you're going to try and fly, and you mentioned that later in the speech. And then you also mentioned your parents' dreams had come true, and I didn't quite capture that their dreams came true through their want for you to do so much better in life.
Right.
But other than that, kudos. I think it's going to be a great speech. Certainly a strong contestant.
Gosh, Tony, I've heard this so many times. This was fantastic tonight. I mean, it's always really, really great. I know you've changed some stuff, and I like the changes. And I see you left that little comment out about your wife's weight, which is funny, but I think it's good. that you
I
got
hate
your-
taking that out.
I know, it's good that you're being
You know, your
politically
comments
correct.
here were.
Really, really good. I think it's a fantastic international speech, and good luck. You've got a great chance. I'm proud. I'm excited to watch it.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
That was great. My association with the stool was you falling potentially to your death. So when at the end you got back on the stool and to find your wings, my thought was, well, that didn't work out so well the first time. So if you say, find your wings and make sure they're made of tenacity or vision and not cardboard, or some kind of contrast, because otherwise I just think it's sort of a loop of, well, what was the difference of when you tried to find your wings initially?
Right. Okay, thank you.
Muy bueno.
We went to
It's the first time I've heard it. I love the energy, and I think that's what makes the speech. You're projecting the energy you project is just amazing, fantastic. I think if you didn't have that energy, your speech wouldn't be as powerful. Great job.
Thank you.
Kudos to you.